Geometric mean. Given the sequence A, B, C, D, E, the geometric mean is the middle number such that, for example, now if you look at this is A, this is B, this is C. The B is between the A and C. So the geometric mean now is B is equals to square root AC. The same thing here. The D is between C and E. The geometric mean is equals to D is equals to square root AC. So this is possible because if we look at this here, to get the common ratio, okay, we can say that the common ratio is the second term divided by the first term, which is equals to the third term also divided by the second term. All this won't give us the common ratio. So if we have the B second term here divided by the first term, which is A, is equals to the third term here, which is C, divided by, and the C here, the third term here, divided by the B second term, you will have divided by the B here. Okay, we can see that if we cross multiply, B times B is equals to B squared is equals to A times C is equals to AC. Okay, we will now see that by the time we square root both sides, your B is equals to the square root of AC, which give us the same thing as what we get here. So it's as making use of what is called the geometric mean. So our B now is the geometric mean of A and C. Okay. Looking at this example, find the value of x in the sequence 5x 5 comma x comma 1 2 5. Okay. This is a GP. So how do we go about it? There are two ways. We can just say that this x here is equals to the square root of 5 times 125. Okay, so the square root of 5 times 125, the x here now will now be the square root of 5 square times 5 square. Okay, which will exactly give us 25. Okay, we can also decide to use the common ratio way. You know that the second term is equal divided by the first term is the common ratio. So we say that x divided by the 5, which will also equals to the third term divided by the second term, which is also equals to 125 divided by the x. We cross multiply, we now have our x squared is equals to 125 times 5. So we square root both sides. Okay, we square root both sides here in order to cancel this square. So s now is equals to the square root of this is 5 square times 5 square. So we have x is equals to 25. You can even place this one on a calculator and get your final answer. So whichever way, you can do it in this way. Now, looking at the other question now, looking at this, given that x comma x minus 2 comma 2x minus 1 are in GP, find the values of x. The sequences, the possible values of the 8th term of the GP. What we are given is the x minus 2 and 2x minus 1. We will realize that the middle one is the geometric mean, and that middle one, we will write it will be equals to the square root of this and this, multiplication of this and this. So we have x times 2x minus 1. So we now have something like this: x minus 2 equals to the square root of 2x squared minus x. So you have this. So from this place now, we can square both sides. Because if we square both sides, we remove the square root here. So we now have x minus 2 square. Then the square both sides will have cancelled out this one. You have 2x square minus x. We open up this bracket, it becomes x square minus 4x plus 4. If you open up this bracket, you have this. So equals to 2x square minus x. Then we can continue like this. We collect the like terms. So you now have x square minus 2x square. You take this one to the other side. You have minus 4x plus x plus 4 is equals to 0. So you now have minus x squared now minus 3x plus 4 equals to 0. In order not to work with the coefficient of x squared to be negative, you can multiply everything by negative number. So you now have x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals to 0. So that this minus we go multiply this one by minus, by minus, by minus, by minus. So we can also have this. So we have this quadratic equation. Quadratic equation says before we can get my plus 3x, it should be plus 4x plus 4x. If you do this one like this, you have minus 4x squared. So the two things that will give us plus 3x will be what? Plus 4x minus x will give us plus 3x. So our answer is x plus 4 and x minus 1. 4 minus 1 give us this 3. So you have this. Or you can use any other method you know how to solve quadratic equation. That's not a problem. So our final answer here will be that you have your x plus 4 equals to 0 or x minus 1 equals to 0. You now have your x is equals to minus 4 or x is equals to 1. These are the values. Look at what they said there. Find the value or values of x. Then the next thing now is that we have to find the sequence. To find the sequence here, this is x here now. It's minus 4. If we for x equals to minus 4. So what do we have here? You have the minus 4 minus 4 minus 2 minus 6. And here 2 times minus 4 minus 8 minus 1 give you minus 9. And also when x is equals to 1 here, when x is equals to 1 here, we have 1, and this one is 1 minus 2, you have minus 1, and this one is also 2 times 1, 2 minus 1, you have 1. This one now, you have this. Now they said we can find the sequences. These are the sequences we have here, this one and this one. Now the next question they ask us to do here, let us look at the next question they ask us to do. They say find the possible values. This is the B now. Possible values of the 8th term of the JP. Possible values. So this one is the B now of the 8th term. The 8th term is this, AR raised to power of 7. So here now for the first one here, we can see that our A is equals to minus 4 and our R is equals to second term divided by the first term. So we have 3 over 2. So we put everything here. The eighth term will be equals to minus 4 into bracket 3 over 2. Everything raised to power of what? 7. So we can now find the eighth term to be equals to what? Minus 4 times 2187. You have 128. So 2 raised to power 7. You have 128. You have 4 here, 1 here, 32. So we now have minus 2187 over 30. 2187 divided by 32. This is our eighth term. The other possible sequence for this one is when you say your A is equals to 1, your R equals to minus 1 over 1, give you minus 1, and the eighth term is equals to AR raised to power 7. So we now have 1 times minus 1 raised to power 7. We still give you 1 times minus 1. Your final answer will be minus 1. We can also do it in the same way. What we have to do now is that by using the common ratio method as well, or we can also do it in the first way we have done it already. So we can have x minus 2, that is the second term divided by the first term, is a common ratio, and the what, and the third term here, which is equals to 2x minus 1 divided by the second term here, x minus 2. So we can now cross multiply for this now. Okay, we cross multiply, so we have x minus 2 in two places square, because they are the same thing, equals to x, or into bracket 2x minus 1. Okay, so we now have our x square. We open up this bracket, minus 4x plus 4 is equals to 2x square minus x. Okay, so we can now continue in this way. We can take the x squared to the other side. So we have 2x squared minus x squared. This minus x now, this one will come here, minus x plus 4x. Okay, then when plus 4 goes to the other side, become minus 4 is equals to 0. So here we now have the 2x squared. 2x squared minus x squared give you x squared, and here we have plus 3x minus 4 is equals to 0. Then we can solve this like this. What is common here? Sorry, we multiply this x squared by minus 4 here, give us minus 4x squared, because now that this one is quadratic equation, so this one and this one become minus 4x squared. So, and what will give us this, what will give us minus 4x squared is to give us this plus 3x is plus 4x, and minus x to give us this one here. So it will now be x plus 4. Please, this is just factorization method. Please, you can check on your own and see other lectures you have done. X minus 1 is equals to 0. So you now have x plus 4 is equals to 0, or x minus 1 is equals to 0. So now the x is equals to minus 4, or x is equals to 1. Okay, you can see now we have gotten the first one we have done, and it has given us. So you can use any method you think is appropriate for you on this.